Hello, Papa is back, and miraculously, we are still standing. We are still alive. Bob is alive. I think that he may be in a deep coma from which he is not going to awaken, but he has a home either way. We haven't been found by alphas or other refugees, which, quite frankly, is something of an achievement in these islands because it's very common for your first setup, you leave for a while, you come back, everything's been torn apart, everything is dead, you're dead, your teams are dead. We're still standing. We're still in business. I still have my narcotics that I was working on that we were going to use to tame ourselves a beautiful dinosaur of some kind. But all the meat has gone rotten, which that is actually a good thing, a blessing in disguise, because we're going to be able to use it to make more narcotics, which will allow us to tame something. And I'm going to go out, see what things are looking like. Maybe we'll see some new refugees that have come along in the meantime. Some new survivors, maybe even a survivalist. But no, like I was saying, you build your first shelter. Maybe it's even near the beach. You put it in front of some trees. You put it under some trees, near a cliffside, and people just aren't going to notice you. This is right by the beach. There's probably been, 10, 20, 30 people have walked by on the beach. Refugees, but they haven't noticed my getup yet here. That is what you want to survive. You want to be in a convenient place, but you also want to be out of sight. You want to be able to stay hidden, low key. I'm not seeing any of the miscreant pigeons here that like to steal my livelihood off straight out of my pants. That is an animal, and that's the first animal I saw, which means I'm going to be getting it for meat. These don't usually fight back. That's unusual for these, but again, this is a brutal, grim reality of life. As a survivalist, as a refugee, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, even if it means, that a sight like this happens. It's sad to see these animals parentless, but I'll be dead. And me being dead won't do me any good. Fill the water skin up. Always keep that extra bit of water handy, You never know what's going to happen. You might be stuck in a spot with less water, and you'll have that water as a backup. I'm just going to go run the beach here for a bit, see what there is to see, because I have a feeling that there could be new refugees in a very serious predicament like how we found Bob before we were able to build our house and get him under some shelter where he could sleep off his coma. We made some clothes for him because I don't like just taking people unconscious and leaving them in my house without clothes on. That's a little weird, but even for when you're out in a place like this, it's still weird anywhere you go. But I need to build a spear. I need some more spears, which means we gotta get some flint. Looks like I have got a little stronger. Melee is always a seriously good thing to be trying to get leveled up because you are going to be doing a lot of fighting for your life. Alright, we got that flint. And I say we. I really mean me. I'm the one doing the work here. I'm the one braving these elements, braving these harsh environments. It's for science because it's about ultimately, studying the animals, the plants, but really the people. I want to get to know the people here. And sadly, that hasn't happened yet, even if I did get one of them to talk to me a little bit. With the current setup I have, they're just going to be like, oh, you're just a Bob. F you. Would probably kill me, or at best, ignore me. And I really want to get to know people. Cool scenario that could happen would be this server gets invaded. I let those here on the server know about it. Maybe I get in good, you know? Maybe I make some friends, from powerful friends. But these are all what ifs and maybes. I really don't know what the warfare state of this society on this island is. It could be that there isn't that much infighting, or even invasion for that matter. Again, I'm just doing a lot of hunting right now because most of my meat went bad. It's never fun or desirable to kill animals like this. Like, I love these animals. I wish I could be studying them, writing about them, filming them. But I'm here. All I have is a shirt and pants made out of leather. I don't have a toilet, I still have to run and fight for my life and just poop on the ground as I'm running. It's not ideal. It's really hard, you think that not having toilet paper is a struggle. Well, just look at how I'm having to live. I don't have toilet paper or a toilet. Now, one of these guys will probably get us a lot of meat. I think these are beautiful animals, and it always pains me whenever my metabolic needs have to come first. But that is just the name of the game when it comes to surviving. You immobilize these guys, they're gonna be easy to fight because they don't generally try and bite back. I got a 16 meat. That is quite a bit. We're going to be able to do some good cooking here. If Bob miraculously wakes up, he has a home however long he needs to be in coma, but if he wakes up, we're going to have something ready to go. My GPS locators there are pointing the way home. Gonna start harvesting little berries, hopefully get some narco berries, which are a polite way of saying drugs. And maybe we can get some animals tamed, which is gonna be a huge boon. Now you want to pick the bushes that are just within reach. Some of these are trees. They might look like a bush, but they're trees. They're not going to give you berries. They'll give you wood and whatnot, but no berries. Again, it's hard here. It is brutal. I spent a lot of time just sleeping, just trying to keep my energy. Keep myself together, keep myself on point, and I didn't get a whole lot done. What you see me doing is what's happening, because when I'm here, when I'm doing these logs to show you the research process, the survivalist process, the volunteer humanitarian process, you're seeing what's happening. I'm not doing stuff on the side when this log isn't here for anyone to watch. And this is a novel way to do science, Usually there's not a direct record of a researcher surviving moment by moment, hour by hour, live and then recorded for everyone to see, to watch as it happens, to watch it later. I really hope that other students of science benefit from what I'm doing. There, that's just that little run I'm doing here. I'm getting tired. And I have honed my physique to, a fine point. I told you guys when I was a kid, I used to get, razzed, if you will, by my uncle, called things like Tiny Twinkie, and it hurt back then. It did. I'm not going to pretend it didn't, but I rose above that. If anything, it spurred me on to be better, to be stronger, to be faster. Now you can see me right here. I am ready to take on whatever will come. Whatever nature, whatever fate throws at me, I'm going to meet it face to face, and I have every intention of prevailing. You know, so Uncle, if you're watching this, good job, good job. Look what you made. Alright, we gotta get this meat cooking. That is important. I need a sound and fast and ready source of protein. Why am I keeping charcoal? Charcoal is very useful and very necessary to making gunpowder. Yes, you can even learn how to make gunpowder, even in these wilds. And you can make yourself primitive guns, which are very effective at protecting you from would-be intruders, whether they are human or beast. Alright, we're going to just keep making narcotics slowly but surely. And I'm going to get a bow made, and we're going to have everything that is required to hopefully, pretty quickly, tame. I would say it would be good if we could a tamed flyer, just so we can move around more, survey the region. Because once you tame one of the pteranodons or PTs, you're able to cover large amounts of distance. You're able to get a bird's eye, literal view of everything around. You know, last time I did an exploration where I went down all the way down this beach quite a ways, and all the way down the beach the other way, and I found some various spots where my neighbors have at least set up shop before they were murdered, if they were murdered. We found evidence of some of the alpha tribes, some of the top players on the server. Again, these islands are dangerous places, and eventually the people that survive together come to form conglomerations called alpha tribes, and they're usually headed by a single or a council of warlords. And on this server, it appears that one of the warlord alpha tribes is called Monolith. I have not been able to get in touch with any of the leadership or speak with anyone from Monolith, but it's good to know at least the name, who the players might be if we ever do meet anyone. Which I am going to right now try and this will be a little bit of a Hail Mary. I want to try and talk to somebody, though. We're going to put out a generalized, just sort of SOS message, if you will. Anyone here? Question mark. I want to see if that gets a response, because I really want to talk to anyone if it's possible. This whole research attempt, this whole humanitarian outreach on my part is about getting to know people. It's like trying to understand what it is to be in these people's shoes, in the saddles of their pteranodons, what it's like to have to clean up the poop from their brontos. Like that's the meat of what I want. That's what I want to know. Alright, that meat needs to keep cooking. I'm going to get together the resources for some spike fences, because when you go to tame a pteranodon, for example, it's going to be helpless throughout the taming process. And if you don't have a way to build a wall around it to keep away, basic low-tier predators like the compies or the Dilophosaurs, that they're going to come along and kill it while it's helpless. And that will waste all our efforts, all our time. I don't want to see that happen. So, not too long ago, I learned how to make spike fences. They're good to protect your base, but they're also very good to put around a knocked out dinosaur that's in the process of taming. Yes, these trees, they go down. I am basically Paul Bunyan. And I'm literally not even joking. Right, what do we need for spike fence? You see, that requires hide, fiber, wood. We can already craft 3. I'm going to do that right now, and we're going to hope a kill chicken doesn't come along. Or a tickle chicken. A stank lizard we can handle. It may steal something of importance, aka the spike fences, but we're going to do what we got to do. And I'll kill a stank lizard on sight. But anyone is any at all familiar with my research knows that. Let's see, what do we need for more spike fences? Generally around 6 to 7 will surround a down Pteranodon. I'm going to get 4 more, I believe, will be sufficient. We can put some of our excess resources back at the house, back where we can reuse them, back where Bob can use them if he needs them, if he wakes up. Because I still have hope for Bob, you know. You guys might just be thinking, anyone watching this might be thinking, Bob's not going to come out on top. But I believe that Bob is going to come out on top. He's going to come out of his coma. He is going to see the sign we made. And he's going to know that he's going to know that someone cared. And I know what that could mean. I've been on the receiving end of people more powerful than me taking advantage, dominating me. If you know the beginning of my research here, I started out because the smugglers that I contracted drugged me and left me on this beach. I had nothing. I had brought a lot of supplies with me. You know, I had grants from the university that is sponsoring my research, but I was left here with literally nothing. Literally. I'm sorry for getting emotional. It's still a raw topic for me. And I project confidence, I project strength, I try to show what's possible. But I know that any moment I could be my last. And even when you're in the heat of survival, that's a sobering thought. It's a grim reality. But that's why Bob matters to me. Right here, Bob. He matters. A lot of people, I think, would think he doesn't matter, but he does. Again, I'm sorry for that sort of emotion, that bit of emotion. It's not what I want to project. I can't allow myself to get in that mindset. I can't allow myself to let weakness in, to let it fester or grow. I have to be strong every moment because I really don't know how long none of us know how long we have, whether we're survivalists or wherever we're at in life. You know, that's cliche, you know, we don't think about that a lot, but when you're staring down the throat of raptors, kill chickens, it's very, very real. Alright. Focus. Focus, focus, focus. What is that? Nothing. Okay. I need to get wood. This is wood. Hit the wood, hit the wood, hit the wood. Sorry. I've gotten a little more in the habit of talking to myself. When I'm doing these logs, like there's no one on the other side of them. There's no one for me to talk with. And wait, what was that? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is another. This is another refugee. This is someone. My goodness. See, I walked past this refugee several times. This is someone in the same predicament. The same. I'm excited here meeting other people. You know, all the people that end up here that are still alive. A lot of them are in a coma, or just they cannot wake up. Probably they ate the wrong berries. I don't know, but this person is not dead. They are still alive, and we are going to take them back to the house. We are going to keep them safe. This is another Bob. Just like me, a refugee. They're a Bob. And we have to watch out for each other. We have to stick up for each other. I am not going to leave this man on the beach to fend for himself and just die. I will not let that happen. You know, my four wooden walls that I built with my own hands, the work of my labor, the sweat of my brow, I am going to give that to a fellow human in hopes that they have a future. Turbo Turtle, aka you to me at this moment, are a Bob. I am a Bob. You are safe. You are cared for. Carrying another human, literally, is never easy. You have to be strong. You have to be fit. We are going to put him here. Right beside Bob. Bob is going to be next to Bob. They're going to be brothers. They're going to wake up and they're going to have stories to tell each other. And I'll share my stories, you know? I'm sharing my home. But I need to make sure that this new Bob has the clothing he needs to stay warm when it gets cold. So we're gonna craft this. We're gonna craft Bob some clothing. I am not gonna let this man freeze on my floor. I am not gonna let this man suffer on the beach, where he could any moment be attacked, ravaged by a raptor. He looks like he had gathered some stone, some thatch. We're going to get these on him. Alright, you are safe, Bob. I don't know if you can hear me in your dreams, but as I put this clothing on your body, remember, you are safe. You are cared for. Alright, this here is what brings meaning to what I do. This is what brings meaning to who I am. I believe that every person deserves a chance, and that every Bob has a way forward. I'm just exhilarated from that, so if I sound excited or giddy in my voice, like, that's why, and I apologize if it's annoying or off-putting. I'm so happy right now. I'm brimming, okay? I'm brimming. And, things are really, really shaping up, because we have so much of the resources that we need to build bow to build arrows, and these are the fundaments. These are the building blocks of survival, being able to tame animals. And this is really a big chapter in any survivor's journey, is taming their first critical utility tame. I'm sorry, I'm just still happy about finding another survivor, because these people are going to be the backbone of what this story becomes, how it evolves. And, just happy right now. You know, I don't have to have talked to someone to share company, to share our common struggle in this very, very unforgiving place. This here is a bow, very critical, very key to survival. I'm not sure how my archery skills still are. It has been a while, I will not deny it. But I am going to quite literally take a shot. What I see here is a small animal we can hunt. Draw, aim, you go when you gotta go, and fire. Okay, we hit it, it's fleeing. Okay, shoot again. It doesn't appear to be too wounded. Okay, we're gonna take another shot. These guys aren't bright. I would be running if I was near another animal getting shot. Whatever. All right, it's still standing. You want more arrows than you expect when you're going hunting. Okay, that worked. We got that Lystrosaurus. Our first kill with a bow. Imagine how our ancestors felt when they were able to do that for the first time. You know, before that, you had to run up to something and basically beat on it with a stick or a rock. You put rock and stick together, put it onto a frame with a bit of boing, and you quickly become the dominant species of an entire planet. Alright, I'm just thinking about survivalist choices here. It's always critical to think about where you're putting your knowledge into yourself. Okay. I want to know if I am able, because I'm considering taming a Pteranodon, but I don't know yet if I remember how to build a saddle. Which, if I tame a Pteranodon and I don't have a saddle, it's not going to do me much good. We do have it. Okay, and I think we even have most of the resources necessary to build it. This is great. This is an absolute win. Alright, spike fences. We have wood. I need to build more. Let's try shooting this dodo. Yes, it is cute, but I really need to eat. I need to keep eating. I feel bad about this, but yes, I do feel bad, and I feel bad that I have to do what I have to do to survive. That's really ultimately what I feel bad about. That's what bothers me the most, is that hard choices need to be made in order for me to live another day, in order for me to keep on keeping on. Alright. I am going to craft 40 arrows, and I am going to get to work harvesting berries, because we need more narco berries to build more narcotics to make narcotic arrows. Everything is kind of multiplicative in survival. It stacks. When you have one thing and put it together with another thing, you can get a thing. allows you to make another thing. And all those things come together, kind of like the analogy of how a pencil took 5 million people to build it. And they never would have been able to do it if there hadn't been a world. That's what it is when you're surviving, except there's not 5 million people, there's just you, your 10 fingers, hopefully, and a lot of different things to put together, a lot of different pieces of the puzzle to hammer in place. And yes, I say hammer in place because sometimes that's literally what survival is. It's hammering the pieces in place. They don't always go together the way you want or expect. And that's not bad. That's not something to be ashamed of or to feel like, oh, I failed because I had to hammer the puzzle together. You need a puzzle put together. It doesn't always matter how. Just that it is. And when you do that as a survivalist, you're making sure that your future is something that's going to hold together one way or another. It might be spit, blood, tears, hair, rocks, bug guts, a little bit of shit, some berries, some pieces of this and that and the other thing, but you can hold your future together with those things. And doing so is going to make it so you might start out harvesting berries like I am right now, killing animals you don't want to kill, but you will end as a triumphant and powerful human. Someone with the ability to give back, someone with the ability to find a person unclothed on the beach, vulnerable, and you drag them to your home. That's the story you'll be able to write. And quite frankly, it's a powerful story. That is a miscreant pigeon. The kind of creature that is most loathsome. I'm going to do my best to get away from it because if it takes the narcotics that I've already gotten, take my narcotics. That's not good. That's really not good. This thing is going to die. This thing is the worst. Piece of crap. This is why guns are important. This is why the Second Amendment is something we all aspire to. I am not going to let this thing take my future, my livelihood. I'm going to build a bolo. We are going to stop this thing and regain what was ours. When something attacks you, when you are in the heat of battle with a very degenerate organism like this, you cannot let yourself. You cannot let yourself get unhinged. Where did that piece of crap go? This is really bad. Those narcotics were going to be our lifeline. And it took them. Freaking took them! Sorry if I'm being overly silent right now. But those narcotics I was carrying on me were the result of massive amounts of effort, massive amounts of resources for the position I'm in. And these loathsome birds took them from me. I couldn't hit them with my bow. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry for this outburst, I really am. We were going to have enough to make an attempt at a tame. Now I just have to go out and I have to keep picking berries. That's what I am now. Berry picker. All that I got with that from that encounter is my own feces. My own feces. These moments can be extremely difficult, extremely demeaning. I am very angry right now. I know that you can hear it in my voice. But the only option is to continue on, go back to the drudgery, go back to the berries, and pick them. That's it. End of story. I don't want this to be a negative experience. I want people to experience the power of love and transformation through what I do. But oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just very, very upset right now. My bow's weakened from that encounter. If I could reach those birds, I could wring their necks. I may be quiet for a moment here. I apologize, but I'm at a loss for words. I'm still speechless with anger, frustration. These islands I don't know what they are, really. If their science experiments gone wrong, what? But those birds, it's clear why they went extinct. Very clear. And you might say, oh, you don't care about the environment, you don't care about biodiversity if you kill something just because it's annoying. That's more than annoying. Having something winged that can just swoop down, take your most precious belongings, and then leave again in the sky, destroy what it took, that is not something that needs to live. Alright? It's something that needs to die. And I will kill a miscreant pigeon on sight. You'll see when I have a long neck rifle. When I remember how to build one. I kill them on sight. On sight. I will build a porch just to sit on that porch and shoot those worthless birds. I'm beginning to think that I may need a rework. I may need a replan. A reassessment of my current strategy, my current plan. I may need to tame a parasaur as a worker first, so that I can get larger amounts of berries at a time. If I tamed one of the parasaurs that you saw me bullo and kill earlier, I would be able to harvest much larger amounts of berries at a time, and that would allow us to more efficiently tame other things from there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make enough narcotics. We're going to go out. We're going to immobilize a parasaur. We're going to hit it with narcotic arrows. Then we're going to attempt to tame it. The rage from the experience with those birds is starting to slightly subside. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very, very upset inside. I don't like people seeing me that way, hearing me that way. But you can hear it outside my house right now. It wants to get in. It wants to steal. It wants to take. And I'm not going to let it happen anymore. I'm going to kill those worthless animals. I don't want to hear about concerns for the biodiversity, how every animal matters. Those animals are a scourge and will be treated as such by me in my capacity as a survivor. If you don't like that, write to your senator, write to your congressman, and see how much I care. Pick, pick, pick. Berries, berries, berries. Pick it up, pick berries, so those worthless birds can take them. That's my lot. Imagine the angriest you've ever been. Multiply that times whatever number is big in your mind. And that's me. That is me. I would have possibly had enough to tame one of these things, to get it going, to get it started, to get the process underway. That is time consuming, risky. But I had everything, all my opportunity, taken from me by birds. Animals better left in whatever protean, dark, sordid past they were resurrected from. I don't know. I hope they all die. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. If you've experienced one of these animals, you understand where my anger is coming from. I am sorry. I'm giving this everything. Everything inside me is going into this attempt to live, to survive. I'm doing everything I can do to keep myself together, to keep myself intact. Due to some technical issues, this is going to be the end of this research log. I'm going to get myself under control. I'm going to get my emotions in check and be back as soon as I can. Get those animals, get that parasaur tamed,